champion, Ron.
You like to be the leader, don't you? You like that?
They hand it out to other people. All your donuts have gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Diego Garcia.
Okay.
Have you heard of Diego Garcia?
I think he played for Barcelona.
So I was a wandering generality. That's the long and the short of it.
People love the sound of their own voice.
That's it. And if someone's talking, they're just waiting for them to take a breath so then they can interrupt.
It's hilarious.
It's good,
He
isn't
makes
it?
up the rules as he goes.
True. It's because I've got the whistle. I've got the whistle.
Never knows the score.
It's true, I don't. The Rover Racing.
No, I think I was rearranging my sock drawer that day.
No, she passed away.
She didn't leave a note.
No.
I was going to say, she left a note. Well done, son.
If you're happy, then I'm happy. If you're not happy, I'm still happy. Everything's so sweet when life's a beach. Yeah, if you're happy, then I'm happy. If you're not happy, well, I'm still happy. And every day's complete when life's a beach. Your life's a beach.
Life's a beach.
Oh, life's a beach.
Hey everybody, it's another BAZZA's Beach Walk with me, Barry Upton, and I've got a very special guest today. He's not only a positive thinking guru, but he's a strategic advisor. It's none other than Ron Cartey.
No, champion Ron. Champion Ron.
You like to be the leader, don't you? You like that? And,
I do, mate. I do.
and you are a champion, because you are a bit of a leader, aren't you?
Well, not really, mate, but just, I feel sometimes somebody needs to organise something, and I do it by default. That's all.
So every Thursday we have the beach tennis.
We do.
Do you come along with your whistle and
That's
everybody
my name
organised?
is Whistle Ron. On a Thursday morning, it's Whistle Ron. I've got different names.
Not to do wrong, Ron.
No, I've left that one behind. Hey?
Now, you are a positive thinker, aren't you?
Yes, mate.
And you've done speeches at the Expats Club.
I have.
And you've done stuff all over the world, haven't you? But I see you label yourself as a strategic advisor. What does that mean? What does it mean? I don't know.
No one knows. That's why I label myself, okay? But if you talk about going out doing positive thinking, a lot of people just poo-poo it.
Right.
Okay, so I talk about, for companies and for people, putting strategies together so how they can achieve their goals, whatever they are.
How can they can be more efficient?
Yes, but how they can organise things. But primarily, how to deal with people. My belief is, no matter where you are, whatever your background is, you've still got to deal with people. And so most of what I'm involved in is, I like to say, people skills. How do you get on with people?
Right. Okay, so what's the main thing that gets you on with people? What's the main thing in your mind when you're meeting new people?
Listening to them. Listening.
Okay.
I think I did a talk, I think you were at it, where I spoke about most people just want to talk.
That's right.
They don't listen.
People love the sound of their own voice.
That's it. And if someone's talking, they're just waiting for them to take a breath so then they can interrupt.
Right.
Yeah, but if you listen to people, you can. Mate, we've got so many interesting people here in Pattaya. You look at them, you prejudge, and when you find out about their background by listening to them and talking to them, really incredible, really.
How did you get into this in the first place? I mean, let's go way back, all right? You come from London, right?
I do.
Arsenal area?
Can I say that?
Of course you can.
Yes. Gunners, #1 at the moment. I was brought up at Highbury Corner. Okay, so obviously
So that is your local team.
But interesting, I used to live in a place called Liverpool Buildings.
Right.
Worked that one out. So Arsenal fan, yeah. And one of the things I found about football, way back I was a hippie. I'm travelling, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things I
Nothing
found...
wrong with that.
Yeah, but one of the things I found then was football, the name Bobby Charlton
Right.
got nods wherever you went, whatever country you went, because Bobby Charlton, that was that era.
Yeah.
And so football's a good conversational thing.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Mate.
It is. Yeah. I think the first ever first division match I ever saw, my father took me to, was at Highbury.
Was
It
it?
was Arsenal against Manchester United, 1968.
Does that mean you're a Man United fan?
No,
Good.
No.
Just so I checked that one out. Otherwise, I would have walked away.
But I did want to see George Best,
That's the one, mate. Yeah.
and he was playing.
Mate, sorry, I've got to interrupt. Look at that dog.
This dog,
Look at that dog.
beautiful dog.
Look at that.
Hello, look at them.
Look at that. Fantastic, eh?
But that's what you see when you come along on these beach walks. You see all kinds of beautiful looking people
You do.
keeping fit, and you love to keep fit, don't you?
I'm not sure about keeping fit, but I love to do things, yeah. Look, I think I mentioned because there's a lot of, let's put it, mature people living in Pattaya.
Yeah.
And when you get to our age, there's two things that are important, your body and your mind.
Yes.
That's it. So without going crazy, it's good to do things.
And if you can keep your body healthy, your mind will follow.
Yeah, and without going crazy, you get a lot of health fanatics. That's not what I am, and not what I thought that was an Arsenal shirt there. It's a Man United shirt. Right.
It's okay, I'll shield it for you, right? There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
But that's it. So without going crazy, so we've set up the Ageless Warriors, as you know,
Right.
and the Ageless Warriors.
Ageless Warriors, what a great title.
It is. We've got shirts. I got sponsors from a couple of places down on Beach Road, and we got shirts made the Ageless Warriors, and we do beach tennis on the Thursday morning.
Which I join in.
You do, and anybody can come along. You
It's
know,
hilarious.
it's good,
He
isn't
makes
it?
up the rules as he goes
Oh,
along.
true. It's because I got
Never
the
know-
whistle.
never
I got the
know-
whistle.
Never knows the score.
It's true. I don't.
So Arsenal, you grew up in Highbury,
Yes.
and then what was your goal in life
Oh, I didn't have
then?
one.
Do you remember?
No, I didn't have one.
You was a hippie. You wanted to travel.
I've got this phrase I got from somewhere else. But I was a wandering generality. That's the long and the short of it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I had nothing, no aim in life, and then I bumped across a gentleman called Peter Dornan, who was my first real mentor.
Right.
And sadly, he passed away. He passed away in Bangkok
Okay.
about 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and he just introduced me to the concept of positive thinking. And the power of the
How
mind.
did he do that? What was his main message?
The organisation that I joined, you probably don't know this, but I joined a networking company.
Okay.
Okay? My landlady introduced me to a networking company. And she introduced me because I was 3 months behind on the rent. And she was hoping that I could earn some money. And I bumped it. I saw this gentleman called Peter Dornan. He's always had a pot belly. He was dressed all in yellow, looked like a canary. And I just locked onto him, and I became part of his company. I ended up in Chicago at the first conference. It was spoken. The main speaker was Senator Hubert Humphreys.
Right.
Shows you how long ago it was. And from then on, I really it took me all around the world. That's really the long and short.
And do you agree with me that travelling is the best education
Yeah, of course it is.
in life?
Of course it is. Look, you've travelled a lot, haven't you?
Yes.
And you've got to do it. You've got different cultures, different. It's wonderful.
It changes you as a person
Yes.
as well, because you do see other cultures, as you said, and it just inspires you to think a different way.
It's true, and it's sad. A lot of people travel, but they judge the other cultures against their own culture.
Right.
And say, look at that. How stupid is what they're doing. They
Yeah.
don't appreciate that that's how the other countries live. You have a look at the Thai culture.
And there's can be better.
It can be.
I often talk about Thai farmers up north. They don't watch the news. They don't.
They
nothing.
don't.
They don't know anything
They're as
about
happy
wars.
and they're as happy as Larry.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
People sit in their home countries, look at these people, how poor are they, sitting on the floor,
Yeah.
eating rice. These people are so much happier, you know.
Because they've got a simple life.
It is, mate. Yeah, and one of the things I found about Asia in general, Thailand in particular, is they share. They share their food.
Yeah.
They feed each other. One of the first shocks I had,
That's part of the culture.
it is, but one of the first shocks I had was when a long time ago, when I first retired here, go to the supermarket, you buy all the food, you go back home, and before you've even gone in the door, the food's gone. They hand it out to other people. And
Yeah.
all your donuts have gone. But it's funny.
Well, there is also that thing about in Thailand, the Buddhist way, which is karma. What you get is what you give.
I agree, mate. Agree. And I say in some of my talks. I mean, I'm not particularly religious. I'm not a Buddhist. Yeah,
Don't have to.
But I've learned a lot.
It's just a way of life.
I've learned a lot living in Thailand. It's calmed me down. I used to be a bit fiery.
Really?
Sometimes you need to be a bit fiery in business if you're on your own. You've got to fight.
Yeah.
But it's calmed me down.
Right.
And a lot of what I talk about in terms of heart and caring for people
Yeah.
comes from living in Thailand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been here now? I think you've been here about the same length of time as well. 16 years.
Same.
Right,
I've
yeah.
been in Asia for about 26 years.
Right.
And Thailand. And I always remember, I opened up an office because, I have my own training business.
Right.
And I opened up an office 16 years ago in Thailand. I had an English partner. And when I came here, he said to me, Thailand's different. And I sort of poo-pooed him a little bit.
Right.
And now when people come here, I say, Thailand's different. And it is, it's different. You travel to all these other Asian countries and they're nice. They've got their own culture, but Thailand's
There's something
got
about Thailand that feels right. Now, you saying you're an aging hippie. I mean, when I first came here, that's how I felt. It was like UK in the 60s.
Yes. Yeah.
There was a lot of hippiness
Yes.
about the feel of the place.
And it's still like that. It's still loose. Like as I say, I lived in Kuala Lumpur for a while. I nearly lived in Singapore, but Singapore was a bit regimented and a bit strict, as you know.
They got a lot of rules.
Yeah, and then I lived in KL, and sadly KL's a little bit like that, but Thailand's still got this mixture.
Right.
It's a nice place. Facilities are good, but it's still got this little bit of excitement, and
Yes.
I think it's bloody brilliant.
And laid backness.
Yeah, look at this, man. Look at all this around the beach. Look.
Everybody out there having their picnics, and it's fabulous.
It is, mate, really.
Beach life.
It's true, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
tell me
sorry.
that some of the countries that you've actually been mentoring companies and strategically advising.
Oh,
America?
yes, been America, Africa, countries in Africa, Asia, and just that was it. Maybe because of my.
Does it
Sorry.
vary? Did you find you have to change your approach depending on what country you're in, or is it the same?
A little bit, but not a lot. People are people.
Right.
People have got feelings.
Yeah.
In business, if you have a look at the normal corporate world, the management hierarchy instruct people what to do. They say you have to do this, you've got to do that,
Yeah.
and people will do it, but they do it because they're instructed to, not because it's in their heart or because they want to do. So they just do a job. Whereas if you can get on the people side and understand what they're, without being loose and too pally, I'm not talking about being friendly,
No.
but just understanding they've got their own goals, dreams, aspirations, and if you can show them how they can achieve them through helping you achieve yours, it's better. Sounds
You have to use a lot of psychology.
Oh, man, do I look like that?
Like a psychologist. Pathologist? No.
Yeah, but that's more like it. Not really, mate. Not really. But it's just all about the way. It's not complicated. It's all about the words you use.
But is it about learning about people and about how they think, and maybe, I'm not saying manipulating, but maybe just sort of guiding.
Well, and also, I find a lot of people use the wrong words. They use weak words. I think this is a good idea. I'll use an example where in England many years ago I took over the British race. Were you at one of the talks there when I said we entered the British the Rover racing? The British
No, I think I was rearranging my sock drawer that day.
Hey, but somebody came many years ago in England in my training business. They came to us for sponsorship,
Yeah.
and I said, "Well, I'm not going to sponsor, but I can help you win the races."
Oh, right.
And so I said, "But I need to look around," and then we put our name on the Rover car and everything.
Yeah.
And then I went to the garage and I listened to the mechanics, and they're saying to the driver, "I think we fixed this, and this should be okay now." And I sort of explained to them, no one's going to go screaming around a racetrack at 380 mile an hour knowing that they think it's been fixed. And I told them off, it should be okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So a lot of it is using the wrong words, using inspirational words.
So rather than think, you've got to know it's going to be okay.
It's been fixed, it's done. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
No, and people were sometimes people are a little bit wary to say things as strong or as certain as that. You know.
Yeah.
But you can see how non-fluid I am. One of the things that amazed me.
Yeah, you make a lot of stuff up as you go along, and that's great because it's coming from the heart when you do your talks. But you do a lot of preparation.
I do.
Now, is that something that you teach about preparation?
I do. Look, I'm a nervous speaker. Although I've spoken, to,
You never look it.
This is
You look very
this is bragging, but I've spoken in big auditorium
Yeah.
and things like that. I'm a nervous speaker, which means I have to prepare. Right? And I find so many people are confident and they go up and just talk, and they just talk. They miss the audience, they miss the point because they're so busy talking.
Right.
And so you need to prepare. You need to get, if you're going to, a little bit of advice for anybody that's doing talking, get there early.
Yeah.
Just test the equipment first. That's what you do
Well, I've always
as a musician.
even in my earliest days of going into recording studios, you know that studio time is costly.
Yes.
So the more prepared you are,
Of course.
the easier it is, and how happy you make everybody.
Yes, yeah. And part of the art is making it look as though you're not prepared, as though it's natural.
Right.
But it's all prepared. If you have a look at all the comedians,
Yes.
they're not ad-libbing. It's all practiced and rehearsed.
Yeah.
And that's the secret to anything in life. You've got to practice and rehearse.
And you've got to prepare.
That's the one.
It's an old Scouts motto, isn't it? Be
Yes.
prepared.
Yeah, were you ever in the Scouts?
No, I was Boys Brigade. I was a buglist. I was a drummer.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. I always loved music
Yeah.
in any shape or form, any chance I could get.
So I thought that was another Arsenal shirt. For some reason, every time I see an Arsenal shirt, I have to
How
go
can that
to-
be an Arsenal
No.
shirt?
Anything that's red, and then I have to look at it first. And I run up, and I've been told one day someone's going to punch me because I run up to them and stop them, and then I have to say, point to the shirt, and they say what? And I say, and it's not Arsenal, it's Arsenal.
Is that what they call it?
Arsenal. That's the
I
title.
just call them the arse.
And then they are.
No, but the thing is, over here, I mean, people have different allegiances to football teams,
They do.
but nobody gets upset about it when
No.
you poke fun at each other. It's a great leveler here in Thailand, isn't it?
It is, man.
You find that?
I remember I used to go to a place, I'm trying to think where, in Pattaya, I'm trying to think where it is, Soy Lenki or something like that. And there was a bar there. We always used to go there and watch football. And I went there one day, and there's all white shirts,
Yeah.
and there's an old Tottenham star speaking.
Right.
And I'll go in there with a red shirt. I never knew, you know
How
me.
brave were you?
No, well, I didn't know. And you know me, I like to go up the front and do this. And I found out very quickly it was a Spurs bar, and I never ever went back again. Really, I didn't feel safe.
But they were okay with you, right?
Not really.
No?
No, the Spurs. We won't go into them. See again. Look at this, man.
Here we are now. Here we are at the beach that we do the tennis at the what do you call it? Beach tennis.
Yes.
Paddle tennis, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Let's just go down to where the actual nets are down here. Look at that beautiful sunset.
Magnificent, isn't it?
Fabulous.
Yeah, if you had the choice between being here in October or in England in October, what would you?
It's no contest, is it?
It's not, mate. It's not. And this one, look at the family, the Thai families,
Yeah.
climbing out of it. I think it's wonderful, really.
ขอให้เตรียมพร้อมไง
It is. It is. And they enjoy the beach life.
Yes.
We enjoy the beach life. I mean, you can't. How could you not? That's the thing.
But look at all this lot fruit. Look at this. 2 kilo for $100. Look at that.
Fantastic.
It is bloody brilliant, mate.
And it is fresh from the farm.
Yep. All good. No,
Okay,
really.
we'll pause here because there's somebody practicing paddle tennis there.
Oh,
Go on. You
Hello,
can give
mate.
him some encouragement.
how are you? You want me to give you some coaching? You want me to teach you how to play?
He is big coach. No.
Nothing. Hey, mate.
Okay.
What I was saying the other day, if once you smile at them, it's the land of smiles, providing you smile.
Yes.
If you've got a long face, no one's going to smile.
Now I wrote a song called Smiley Karma, which basically says smile at somebody
Yeah.
and they'll come smiling back at you.
It's true, mate. It's true.
It is true, isn't it?
100%.
No, it's not an Arsenal one. Look, it's,
No.
it's a Ducati one.
It's an Arsenal.
There we go. What would you say is your? It's a proud achievement that you did with a company.
All right, look, I've got a couple. I remember, I know where I come from. I know what I haven't done. I've got no qualifications. And I remember a long, long time ago doing training to the board of directors of Caltex.
Right.
And I had a problem. I couldn't work out why on earth they would listen to somebody like me. Really, it just didn't make sense.
Not right.
You know, it didn't make sense. But then I taught them how to speak. I taught them how to stand. So that was number one. And then second, and I mentioned this, the fact that I did conflict resolution. Were you there when I spoke about this?
No, conflict resolution. No. What does that exactly mean?
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's
Right,
a bit obvious.
There's a volcano in the middle of the ocean here, just off the coast of India.
Okay.
Called Diego Garcia.
Okay.
Have you heard of Diego Garcia?
I think he played for Barcelona.
No, right. It's the American Air Base.
Okay.
Right. It's the.
Oh, I know the one you mean. Yes.
Well, I ran a conflict resolution program there. Look at this.
For what
this
reason?
This is Ronnie Cartey from the back end of London
Yeah.
talking to the American forces, right, about conflict resolution. Worked that out, but it was between.
Now there's confidence for you.
Well, it is, but again, good example because I'm not quite sure. Rather than going in and saying da 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 da, first thing I did, I went and met the camp commander and asked him what challenges he had. And how do you think he could overcome them? Because he knows the problems. The fact that it wasn't being handled. And so I just took his words and put it into a training program for a couple of years and went back there. But the only way you can get there is through the American Air Base from Singapore.
Right.
And you have to go on a big military plane. So that's
Special clearance.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite. And these are the things that mean to me.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
So I find those two things, and then the other one, finally, I know you only asked me for a couple,
That's all right.
is
Many as you like.
me running a rice project in Indonesia.
A rice project.
Rice project.
Right. Did you do a lot of research about it first?
Yes, yeah. I mean, I had a contact one way. What it was, as I developed my consultancy,
Right.
I took on consultants.
Okay.
So a lot of them that had,
See, you're a leader.
had experience, but they didn't know how to market it.
Right.
So they had their contacts, and I would go there and open the door and then introduce them. So that was really what it is. Yeah, but yeah, me running a rice project in Indonesia. I find that fascinating. Man.
But was it about the mental approach to actually, farming it, I suppose?
Well, actually, what it was supposed to be training the trainers.
Ah.
Okay, because they were out there teaching the villages how to swing over to this new method of rice growing.
You
No water.
You didn't find out that
No water.
they knew more about rice than
I
you
did. I tell you now, I sat there and watched it. Yeah, I sat through the first 4-day training.
Yeah.
And mate, there was very little I could teach them. Really, they ran it very, very good for them. So rather than me being a smart ass, saying no, change it, I just tweaked a little bit. Oh no.
Get your fruit, get your fruits. Beautiful fruits.
Can you say hello?
You've got an inspirational, positive way of thinking.
That's what you're saying, that. Well, think about it. But actually, I'm a social introvert.
Are you really?
Yes. Yeah, so when there's a crowd, I tend
but
to...
you compensate for that by being very out about yourself.
I think so. When I'm in a group, I do. People tell me hold back, but I have to go to the front. But then once that event is finished, I just hide away.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's really it. Enjoy my own company, things like that. Interesting, eh?
Yeah, it is interesting because everybody has to live their life the way that suits them.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've always said that about here in Thailand, you can do as much or as little as you choose, especially Pattaya.
Yes, yeah.
Do you find that?
Of course, mate. Of course. You know, and one of the reasons I've said this, Asia's Warriors, we do something every day. It actually gives you a reason to get it.
You were playing pickleball today, right?
Yeah, pickleball.
2 hours of pickleball?
2 hours, yeah.
Amazing.
And but if you've got a reason to go out, if you don't have a reason, it's so easy to actually do nothing.
Well, that
so
is another thing that happens to retirees. You see a lot of retirees who they just sit there with their beer and they just waste the day away.
Easy. And they'll maybe move from the couch to the.
And somebody said to me when I said I was moving to Thailand, they said, "Won't you be bored?" I said, "Me, I don't think I'll ever be bored." And there's never a dull moment.
There isn't, mate. And it's funny. As you mentioned, I was playing pickleball just now. And we're going to start the lawn bowls team as well. Do you want to join our lawn bowls?
Actually, I fancy that.
Okay,
I really fancy that.
I am going to set up.
I used to think it was an old man's thing, but we're old men now.
No, we're getting older, but we're not old.
Oh, okay. See, there we go. Inspiration.
But it's true, mate. Yeah. But yeah. So, and we were just talking about this, and then.
Well, we don't think like old men, do we?
No, not at all. Not at all. Your body lets you know sometimes that things aren't well, but that's the way it goes.
Yes.
But he was just mentioning that one of the things about Thailand is there's so many sports you can play here.
Right.
Access without not crazy sports, but access to activities that anybody can do, such as lawn bowling, pickleball is for anybody. And people forget all of that. They just go, make it to the bar, make it to.
But anybody who doesn't know, pickleball is a fairly new sport, isn't it?
It is, mate.
But it's like tennis, but you play it with a wooden bat.
Wooden bat. It's a small.
But you're still using
low net.
Yeah.
And anybody.
And you use a special ball.
Yeah.
And you don't move around so much as you would do in normal tennis.
And you play doubles, so there's no running around.
Yeah.
And anybody can play it. That's one of the reasons it's catching on everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no age restrictions or anything like that. So it's all okay. Look at these trees. I'm fascinated by trees. Really. Do you know there's more people killed by falling coconuts?
I know. We should be wearing crash helmets.
That's true. But look at these.
Imagine death by coconut.
Yeah.
You sound like you always sound like you're very experienced, and you are in life. But in your experience, what would you say is the most motivating slogan or thing you could say to people? What's something?
Yeah, mate. I'm trying to think. Mate, my brain's going a bit, but there's a saying by Richard Branson. I can't really remember it back now, but I'll send it to you. You can do it. But that's more or less it. If somebody offers you an opportunity, that's not the one I'm thinking of, but that's the key. If somebody says, "Listen, would you like to have a go?" People say, "No, I'm not sure." The key is say yes and find out how to do it later.
Right. Okay.
That's
Now I can understand that because for many years I was a yes man. People would phone me up and say, "Can you produce this?"
Yeah.
And I would think, "Well, I can't see anything coming of that," but yeah, okay.
You've got to have a go, and that expands your horizons.
And you never know where it's going to lead you, do you?
That's right, mate. I agree.
Never where the next step is going to take you.
I agree, mate. 100%, really.
And it's funny when you have some success with something. I don't know if you've ever done this, but you try to think of the trail of events that led up to that.
Well, I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And sometimes it could be something so innocuous
It's true.
where you said yes instead of no.
Yeah.
Because we've always got a choice, haven't we?
Yeah, and also, I always believe in leaving the door open. Like things don't always work out as planned. People can get you involved in things, with the right intention, but it can go tits up, or it can go belly up.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've always believed in leaving the door open, but you can go back. I think in my working career or in my life, whatever you want to call it, I've only ever cut, I think, 2 people out. That just wronged me so bad.
Right.
That I don't want to deal with them anymore.
Okay.
But other than that,
So you saying give people the benefit of the doubt?
Yes, you know, providing the
If
intent.
possible.
Yeah, I mean, look, if somebody's got bad intent to harm you,
Yeah.
that's different. It's all about intent,
Right.
you know. And so, but I always leave the door open. You know, I get people say to me, "Oh, tell him this and tell him that," and it doesn't pay. You know, people come back to you, and door opens again, and another opportunity there.
Yeah.
You know,
And you're a happy person, right? You're a happy man?
it's funny. I'm going to say yes.
Right.
Yeah, somebody asked me the other day, am I I think for the first time in my life, forget what you're talking about me, I'm comfortable with who I am.
That shows.
I am, I'm comfortable,
Yeah.
you know. That doesn't mean I've excelled, I'm proud of what I've done and bragging or anything like that about my accomplishments, but I'm happy with where I am. It's such
Be a cutaway.
It's yeah, it's such a wonderful place. But anyway, they're gone.
No, but achievements are something that you've got to be proud of. You know, I think you have to be proud of, because I think that spurs you on to doing other things.
Well, it's funny. My biggest driver was always to. I've done a lot of things like you, right? And I don't really talk about them, but things that I think are incredible for somebody of my limited. I don't know, but you know, limited education or whatever it is.
Okay.
You know? But my biggest driver was always to get my mother to say, "Well done, son."
Right. Would she not say that in the early days?
Ever. She would always say, "Be careful, son.
Oh, right.
Make sure it's all okay, son.
Yeah.
You're going over that country, are you? You're going to South Africa. All be careful." You know, and that was my biggest driver, you know, just to get her. And I don't mean she didn't love me.
And no, but
It was out of love and.
So what was it that brought her to say, "Well done, son"?
No, she passed away.
She didn't leave a note.
No.
I was going to say, she left a note with "Well done, son."
Shit, I could have written that. My brother.
So
should
she
have
never
written
actually said that.
that. No.
But
no,
do you think she was proud of you?
Oh, of course she was, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a mother's love. Just be careful, son.
Yeah.
You know, and so
Sure.
that was my biggest driver. You know, interesting. Yeah, and I'd say I'm going to South Africa. Oh, be careful.
You must have told her all the stories, you know, when you saw her about things that you've done.
Yeah, you sure it's okay, son? Be careful, son.
Yeah.
It's funny because just different thinking. Yeah, look, I come from a family, an ordinary family in the back end of London. So, you know, I'm not talking bad about my mum, but her thinking was down there. Get a job, son. Get
I
a
had
job,
the same
son.
thing with my father.
Exactly the same.
But you have to understand that they come from a different era,
They do.
and what was important to them, you
What
know,
was important was get a job
yeah,
and work.
a steady job.
That's it. That's it.
He was always against me being a musician.
Yes. Yeah.
And
I can see it, mate.
and actually, in a similar way, my father passed away just when I hit the big time.
Yeah, no, I know.
Just as I joined Brotherhood of Man, and I was so annoyed.
Oh, mate, they're up there
I thought,
looking
why,
down.
why could you not have just hung on another year or so?
No, they
So
know.
you could see I was right in choosing the path
Yes,
that I did.
They know.
So I can
They're
understand.
looking down, mate. Really, they are. You know,
But it's nice to think that. But
it is, mate. You know, and that's the long and the short of it.
I think you've just got to put up with it, the fact that she didn't get to say that, but she probably thought it.
Of course, mate. Really, it's not bad. Yeah, and there's no doubt in my mind. It was just, you know, a mother's love, and they're just, you know, it's just in a different world. Like when I left school early, never told her, you know, because
What did you do?
I just left and got a job.
You didn't tell her?
No.
Did you go home every night with your school uniform on?
Yeah, that was
And
it.
pretend
I
you
moved
do
out-
your
I
homework.
moved out of home relatively early as well.
Right.
You know, but yeah, it's just the way things happen. But it's funny you asked that question because somebody else asked me that question a couple of days ago about me and where I am. You know, and I'm not bragging. I'm comfortable with where I am.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mean I've achieved all my goals, but I have.
I think it's a good thing to think about, right? Am I happy with my life?
Yes,
You know, I find that being in Pattaya helps a great deal.
it does, mate. It does. Of course, it does.
Well, it's a great pleasure knowing you, Ron.
And mate, and I've got to thank you again for inviting me to your do.
Oh,
Really,
the 50th.
That meant a lot to me. I tell you
50th
that.
anniversary
That
of me
meant a
turning
lot to me.
professional.
Honestly, that meant a lot to me. So I do appreciate it.
You're a great person to have around because no matter how you think of yourself, you are an inspiration to people, right? And your happiness is infectious.
bloody hell, mate. You can come along next week. I won't blow the whistle so much at you.
Oh yeah, I'm going deaf from that. Give him that whistle,
No,
and he owns the whole world.
Yeah, bloody forgot.
Anyway, great for you to chat with me today and come with a little beach walk. And all power to your elbows.
Done. Game on, big cheer!
Okay.
He's showing off. 1-0. Right. Roy. Big man. George. Now. 4-1.
Never knows the score, making it up as he goes along.
5-1.
If you're happy, then I'm happy. If you're not happy, well, I'm still